Today, I was chatting with a few guys on my stream, and I said I wasn't going to stream today, and because it's Christmas Eve. But then I woke up and I was like, okay, I'll stream something I enjoy. But hopefully I'll have be able to play with Prime 4 soon. I'm at the very end of Prime 2, so I'll probably finish that just because I don't want to leave it unfinished. But yeah, my system it's just a budget laptop with increased RAM, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But I also don't know how well optimized Mega Man X Legacy Collection is. Oh, you did. So what's the verdict for Prime 4? How would you rank it in the overall scheme of things? Things are still looking good. Okay, so Neri says, Prime 4, worst Prime game. I still enjoyed it for the most part, but it has a lot of problems. That's the general consensus that I've seen. So I've, for the most part, managed to avoid any kind of spoilers. So I am anxious to get my hands on it and give it a shot. I do expect to fully enjoy it, but I'm just, I've played... There's a difference between an enjoyable game and a... and a bad game. A bad game. There are some bad games that are enjoyable to play. Maybe what I can do is all the stuff I said in my first playthrough of this morning, I can just get the audio from that and put it over this play footage. Okay, it looks like it's still coming through. Is it still coming through on your end? Good, Neo? Steam. I bought it. I bought the Legacy Collection on Steam. Over the years, I've bought, like, probably 5 copies of this game. Probably at least 4. 4. It's 4. I have the original NES version and the GameCube Legacy Collection that came out, and then I have the Switch version. It was on sale, and I needed it. And then I also have the Steam version. So I get the urge to play this game at least once a year. So it's kind of like, okay, good. Still looks good. I don't know what it was, but I'll have to be aware of that. Boba Fett. I mean, Vile. And Zero coming in like a boss. Oh man, this is awesome. Okay, can we let's go through this quickly here. Yeah, so I thought about doing the retro achievements, but then I had I woke up this morning or maybe no, it was last night, and I have the ROM downloaded, but I didn't have an emulator set up on this. I have it set up on my Steam Deck. So, I don't know. Maybe if I continue with this because of what happened, I'll start again with retro achievements. Because that would be pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. But I can't imagine some of the fan-made achievements. I imagine there's some that are quite difficult. And as I've said before, I'm not a speedrunner for this game. Neo, your favorite of the first 3 Mega Man X games is 3, right? I think I remembered hearing you saying that. I will. That's one of those opinions that I completely understand, and I think objectively, it's like our the argument of what's better, Perfect Dark or or GoldenEye. Yeah, it's like objectively, I think Perfect Dark is a better game, but I prefer GoldenEye simply because of what it means to me. It's kind of like that for me with Mega Man X. I had this one growing up. I didn't have X2 or 3 till later when I purchased them. Back then, though, they were retro games when the GameCube and the N64 were still, relatively new. So they don't hit home for me as much with the nostalgia. So X is my favorite, but not because I would say it's technically a better game. It's still a great game, but X3 really did kind of ramp up the. They all build off each other nicely, just like the Donkey Kong Country trilogy. All right, we get the dash. Forever changed platforming. And frame rates are a little low on my stream, it looks like. But for right now, it's okay. If I do continue this, I'll probably get it set up on an emulator so I can get my retro achievements. I feel like once I start doing that, I'm going to be hooked on it. I have trouble starting new things. The mecha suits. Alright, I am gonna have to Alright, let's. Where's my... Oh, I can only do that from the main screen? Okay, never mind. I was going to switch the X and A button. Is the ROM hack 0? Okay, yeah, 0 project. Alright. Yeah, you did mention that. Maybe I'll get that booted up. Get that running. Okay. Chill Penguin. I feel like the day that I can't beat Chill Penguin is going to be a sad, sad day, and I'm too old to hold the controller. That's how I'll know the end is near. Partially my reasoning for wanting to play this every year is to make sure I still have a base level of video game competency. You'll notice I'm not wall jumping off because the controls for this are not set up properly. But it doesn't matter. Die! And then we get our... You got shotgun ice. And look at that. Nice quality of life. This is what's for the children out there. This is what's known as a password. We don't use these anymore. Alright, I am going to restart the game though so they can remap my buttons. I don't think I can do it from here. But it's okay, I saved. Alright. Option mode. Alright, I want shot to be Y, jump to be B, dash to be A. Load game data. Yes. Alright. Okay, I'm not going to play these guys in the order that you're supposed to. I want to do Boomer Quanger first. No. Who do I want to do next? What do I need for... We'll do Sting Chameleon. This is not going to be an optimal speed run or anything like that. I actually just want to see if I can get those like hidden boss mechanics, like you can cut off the trunk of Flame Mammoth or the arms, the tentacles of Launch Octopus. So, and I want to get all the armor pieces so I can look as cool as possible. Someone needs to make a hack of this game where they replace all the music with the metal versions that all the fans of this game have made throughout the years. It's one of those enemies that doesn't have any iframes, which I always found interesting how they work those in. Ugh. It's me getting impatient. I definitely think that X1 is the easiest of the trilogy, and possibly all of them, simply because such a jump in mechanics that I guess it's hard to know what the player can actually be able to do. So don't make the bosses too complicated. Like Neo, when you played this game on a controller, like when I'm holding the controller, I'm holding it kind of like this, with my pointer finger touching the A button. Like, I could remap that, I know, but that's how I did it as a kid. And it's just kind of stuck with me. And whenever I try to remap it for Mega Man X for playing this game, it always throws me off, and I don't want to like relearn a new control scheme, so I just stay with it. So now when I dash, I like push the A push the A button with my forefinger, all so that I can hold a charge and dash at the same time. I don't know if anybody else does that. The pincer grip, yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Yeah, I should do that. Maybe when I load this up, I load up on the emulator, so I can get my retro achievements. I'll do that. I don't know why. I just, for some reason, whenever I play this game, I have to hold it like that. Otherwise, I forget mid. Like, I'll be fighting a boss, and I'll just unconsciously try to dash off the wall by moving my finger, and it won't work. Yeah, I wonder how much the developers of this game knew that they were introducing, faster paced platforming that's not found in Mega Man. Like, Mega Man games are great, but they do run at a slower pace. And there's definitely more. Mega Man X games are more, they're not precision platformers, because there's not really a ton of that in the game itself, but there's a lot of like fast movement, and I wonder if they were worried, like, if players could actually handle how fast that combat actually had to be, because it definitely ramps up as the games progress. Sorry. One of my browsers was yelling at me. Hopefully that doesn't wreck things. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Yeah. Yeah, if you go from Mega Man X to Mega Man, it's painful. Like, you feel like you have no mobility at all, and your only way to dodge the bosses is to jump at one specific height. It definitely made having the boss's weakness like way more important. In this game, you have the ability to, you have so much more mobility that you can do Buster only runs, but in Mega Man, it's not like that. You're very vulnerable. But I will say, as a kid, playing Mega Man X, these bosses were definitely more intimidating. Coming off of Mega Man 1 and 2 and 3, you just like weren't ready for how fast they moved, and you had to kind of match it. Bait him over here. Ugh, come on. So I tagged him at the last frame. I love that like recoil hit. Makes it so much more impactful when you finally nail him. Played Mega Man. Oh, you did beat them with your Buster. Okay, since that was an achievement, yeah. Except Electman is literally impossible. See, that's what I mean. Those fan achievements, man. I'm curious now. I will say the sound of those blocks that you have to memorize the sequence for. You know those. Those are etched into my mind. Will always evoke so many emotions every time I hear a similar sound of that. Boomer Quanger. I did not know what a quanger was. It's a bug, just in case anybody wanted to know. One of the best soundtracks in the game. Yeah, it's like a centipede, I think. What's funny though is that Mega Man X seemed like the natural progression of the series as players of Mega Man grew up. You know how like kids syndicated shows as they go on for a few years, they start to get darker and have more adult themes because the fan base is growing up. You know, kind of feel like stuff like that went on with Mega Man. But then Mega Man, the original Mega Man series continued on, and now they're coming out with a new one. So obviously it's like two different types of games. But we haven't had a Mega Man X game in a long time. Like I dropped off with Mega Man X 3, and I only played 4 a little bit. But there's Mega Man X 8 now, or 9? Spark Mandrill is easily the best soundtrack in the game. Along with Armored Arm. Yeah, all of them are great. I could listen to all of them. Chill Penguin is the worst in my opinion. But yeah, Armored Armadillo. Man, I'm definitely going to listen to some of that. When I like train my middle son, he likes Mega Man music, so when we get in the car, he always wants me to put on the heavy metal versions of Mega Man X music. And I am more than happy to oblige him. I think there is a way to get that with precise jumping, but I'm not going to do that. X8 was the last one. It was on the PS2. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, will there ever be another Mega Man X game? That's... maybe someday. I mean, with ZX, the ZX series, sorry, with the Zero series on the Game Boy Advanced, and then, well, I got some lag there. Oh, that's a short level. I never realized that. Okay, I'm probably just gonna die because I have half health, but we'll see. But yeah, the ZX games had some issues at the start, but they really refined them towards the end. And sorry, not ZX, Zero games on the Game Boy Advanced. And then the ZX games came out, and I really don't know where else the series can go. Like, how can they top what they've already made? It's just a warm-up. Don't worry, everyone. Yeah, that's right. ZX were on the ZX series on the DS, and they tried to make them more Metroidvania-y, which I did not appreciate. The map was awful. I think we actually talked about this on stream once, that the ZX game tried to do like a map, and it was the most unhelpful map in gaming history. This was one of the bosses as a kid where I absolutely thought I needed the boss weapon. Teleportation was intimidating as a child. Ah. It's alright, we're gonna get him. Boom. Game Boy Advance. You're right. Not advanced. My hand's cramping from the pincer grip. Flame Mammoth. Oh, I shouldn't have done this guy. I should have done Storm Eagle. Can I exit? Oh yeah, you can't exit the first round. Okay. Guess I'll have to come back here for the... Okay, so this is a small thing, but it's kind of nice. So when I rant about different game design things, yeah, I gotta come back here. One of the things I like to rant about is like player agency and how to increase that, or at least the perception of it, that the player's doing something that affects the world. And one of the ways you can do that is by having like the environment change based on the player's actions, and that can happen in, you know, small ways and in big ways. In this case, it's a small way. Like the levels are affected by the order that you beat the bosses in. So because I beat Chill Penguin, this level is now frozen over. Excuse me. Yeah, because I beat Chill Penguin first, this level is now frozen over. And you can even, I think in, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can actually shut off the electricity in Spark Mandrill's stage. If you if you beat another boss in a different order. But it's just it's a small thing that shows, like, you know, what you're doing as the player matters. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. And at least gives you this the perception that, like, you have some agency within the game world. It's not just entirely all scripted. Again, it's a small thing, but you know, the small things add up to memorable gaming experiences. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, if you beat Storm Eagle, you can shut off the electricity. So it's, you beat Storm Eagle, you can shut off the electricity. You beat Chill Penguin, you can turn off, I mean, you can freeze over the stage. But are there any others that can change the stage? I'm trying to think. Forgot to check the stream, make sure I'm not clipping out again. Little sound effect as the door shuts. Do I have to have the power up to cut his nose off, or oh yeah, there we go. That's another, you know, tiny thing thrown in there that's like, it's completely optional. You wouldn't even think to use it because to go for it, because that's not his weakness. But you know, if you happen to try out different things, you can eliminate one of his attacks. I think that you can contribute. You can that contributes to the sense of, like, player action and you having some control over how the fight goes. Really cool. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you need to beat Launch Octopus and then go back to Sing Chameleon to get the last heart tank. Now I'm pretty sure that you can use the cutters again on Launch Octopus, right? To cut off his tentacles. Okay, let's try to complete the ensemble. Another great track. Oh man. Yeah, I don't want to try that one. Yeah. I think last year when I was just playing by myself, I tried to beat Launch Octopus without his weakness, and it was really hard. He just throws so much junk at you that you're you either need like a ton of E-tanks or just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not as good at video games as I think I am. Nope. Gotta go up here. Oh, that's awesome. I forgot about that. That's cool. I'd love to be like a fly on the wall in in the creation of these games, to be like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if when you blow up that enemy, it shatters all the glass? It's like completely unnecessary. It doesn't do anything to to affect the player in any way other than make you think that's so cool. I guess I can use some... No. Oh. Something that I like that I've always loved about the Mega Man games, Mega Man X included, is how the, like, and it's something I've never been good at. It's just considering how each of the powers can help you through the stage. I remember when I first started watching, you know, people speed run through Mega Man games and how they just know, like, the perfect weapon to get through each part to make it easier. And I never really, I don't know why, but I just never experimented with that stuff as a kid. So seeing it being like, oh, this can help you with this, or this can help you with that, it adds to, you can play the game however you want. You can beat the game with only using, you know, your Buster Shot, but you can also mess around and, you know, use your weapons. I think that's the intended design for sure. They want you to use your weapons, but you don't have to. You can choose. Whee! That'd be cool if you could cut off his wings. Oh, I actually have his weakness. I should probably save my Sting Chameleon shot. Nice little environment change. Nice. Storm Tornado. Yeah, this was the weapon you're supposed to use against Flame Mammoth, and I often wonder if, like, usually the weapons that you beat guys with sort of make sense. Like, if someone's a fire guy, you use water against them. Or something like that. I feel like most of the time that's the case. But apparently, like, sometimes it just doesn't really make sense. Like, Chill Penguin, Ice beats the Shock guy, Spark Mandrill, but then Spark Mandrill beats Armored Armadillo, which makes sense because he's covered in metal. Then Roll Shield, you know, there's no kind of elemental thing with that, but functionally it matches. Same with the function of Launch Octopus's homing thing, helps you beat the teleport guy. So it's more, I think it's more of like the function rather than the element. I don't know. All right, let's go back and complete the ensemble. You can just get it and then quit. I say that like this is easy. And I also say that without knowing that I might have to restart the level a few times to do this. Nope. I think I might have to restart. Yeah, I think I have to restart now. That's unfortunate. Is there an easier way to do that? I never... That's just always the way I've done it. Alright. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. That was close. Alright. Now we look super cool instead of just kind of cool. That was awesome. All right. Yeah, I hope to kind of, once I get past Prime 4, I hope to get more of a schedule down with streaming different games to get some variety. I don't have a ton of time to stream, so it'll make going through the games a lot more of a slog in the sense that it'll take longer, but you know, if I could do like retro days where I could do retro achievements and then more contemporary games, I think that'd be a cool balance to do. Or every other day, I don't know. Setting up the streams would be a pain in the neck because I can just reuse stuff, but all right, let's see. Where should we go next? Let's go Launch Octopus. Alright, this will have to be the last one. I'll complete the game. Can't say I'll stream on Christmas. Probably not going to stream on Christmas. But maybe the next day. We'll see. I've always wanted to know, in the Mega Man universe, who makes all these animal-based robots? And what was their function? feel like there's an easier way to do that. Can I get up there? Oh, okay. I was wondering why that wasn't triggering. Oh gosh. Spikes being a one-hit kill kind of feels like something that wouldn't happen nowadays, even in modern Metroidvanias. But I wonder if, you know, we just kind of all accepted it as kids that those things kill you in one hit and there's nothing you can do about it. That's why us old people complain that games are too easy nowadays. Oh, what am I doing? Get that fast twitch muscle spasm. There we go. I gotta having so much fun I forget I'm on stream. I'm like, man, should I say something? No, just bask in the glory that is Mega Man X. Again, if you haven't played this game, skip Christmas dinner, forget about your family, go find a way to play this game, and do that first before everything else. You don't need presents. You need to play Mega Man X. Nice. Oh, brutal. Now he can't suck the life out of you. But he can do a ton of damage. Oh yeah, okay, so that bottom one, they follow the same path, so at least there's that. I can just... not get freaked out by the constant barrage and just keep shooting. Nice. Yeah, I feel like in later games the shots would have been a bit more random, but it's hard to know what in these older games what was like software and hardware limitation versus them intentionally deciding to make things easier or harder. At least with the difficulty, you know, this is a cakewalk compared to a lot of modern day action-oriented precision platformers. Like, it, you know, Hollow Knight, for example, the fights in that game are just insane and require a lot of the player. But I feel like most players can get it down if they just put in some time to practice it. Okay, I'll have to end it there. Neo, thanks for sticking around and warning me that my stream was just not working. I appreciate it a lot. I'll probably finish this up in the next couple days or so and then get back to Prime 2. I'll finish up Prime 2 and then we'll start on my run through Prime 4. I'm really excited to get through that. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas. Spend time with family and relax. All right. I'll talk to you later.